We are live. Just check my page. We're live, girl.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm just checking. Oh, yeah, I can see it now. I can see it's on my page. How is everyone doing?
I think there's a slight delay as well.
Okay.
I think we're like a few seconds ahead to when everyone catches it, but hopefully all should be well.
Okay.
If you're commenting on here, make sure you click the StreamYard link. Otherwise, we're not going to know who it is that's talking to us. It just says Facebook user. So it's really important that you click that link. Darcy, not now. Not now, Darcy. It's really important that you click that link and put your name in so that we can see who it is. Hey, Laura, can you see can you see it? Click that link and...
Oh, hi, Nikisha.
You can see them as well. That's
good. Yeah, I can just see. I can't see Laura, but I can see Nikisha.
Okay.
How is everyone doing?
Let us know. Oh, thank you so much. We scrub up well, don't we?
Right, so I'm trying to work out why I can't see. All I can see is Nikisha saying hiya twice.
Yes. I can see Laura's just put looking beautiful, ladies.
Okay, so I'll leave you to check the comments. That's cool. So, how is everyone doing? Oh, Nikisha, I can see you said I'm doing good. Good. So, if I keep looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my phone for the comments, which I don't think are really in sync. But yeah, let's just get into it. So, I just want to introduce myself because obviously we're streaming over 3 platforms. So you may be watching it in my group, Magic Alchemist Vibes, or you may be watching it in the Goddess Breakthrough Temple, or you might be watching it in Solar Line Mystics. So either one, we welcome you all. So I want to just introduce myself for those people that don't know me. So I'm Caralisa. I'm a spiritual self-love and confidence coach. And yeah, we just wanted to come on here because many of you may know that we are going to be collaborating I'm going to be collaborating in Adele's Goddess Breakthrough Temple from March. And a lot of people don't know us as an energy together. So we just thought it'd be nice to come and have a chat with you guys, a real chilled out chat. And we're just going to let spirit lead. So it may be that we'll do a couple of cards. It may be that you've got some questions and you want to ask us, but just to really jam, just chill and jam. One of the reasons why this kind of came up for us was just the whole energy right now. Not for everybody, but for some people, I'm more than aware that people are needing some kind of support. People are needing, this kind of energy. They just want to be in a space where it's sacred. We can just jam and chill together. And also, we're always going to be dropping gems, right? Because it's just me and Adele. So if you've ever had a personal conversation with us, it could be we're going to change the nappy and something will drop in for us. So we just want you to appreciate this time, and we appreciate the time that you spending with us right now. So yeah, I'll let Adele introduce herself and we'll kick it off.
I am Adele Mccoy. I'm a soul-aligned mentor. I do a lot of deep work, mainly around the yoni space and how to hone into your power there. I deal with a lot of stuff to do with ancestral work, past life stuff, like all the deep stuff. I do ancestral healing and many bits and pieces. Most of you already know who I am. But yeah, listen, I've been dying to get on this with Caralisa for the longest time, And when we tried last time, we tried to just do it on a Facebook Live. It just didn't work out. So I was like, we're going to try this restream thing. This not restream, is it? No.
StreamYard.
Thing. I've never done it before. I've been a participant, but I've never done it myself. So bear with us, all the technical stuff. But I'm hoping that everyone can see and take part. And like Caralisa said, it's going to be a space where you guys can ask us questions, where we can have a bit of a giggle, and where you can just sort of get to know us. We can get to know you. If you're starting on your spiritual journeys and you're confused by it all and you need some direction, fire away. If you're more deeper into your work, your spiritual work, and you've got questions around it, fire away. If you want to talk about ascension symptoms and feeling really shit and feeling like the world is about to end because you're actually about to up level in your spiritual gifts, fire away. You know, we're here for all of that. This is a powerful portal, and it's powerful because we're going to bring to you our powerful activations, all channeled down from spirit. But ultimately, we want it to be a space where you feel that you can share and talk away with us, you know. And if we feel aligned to and nudged to, we will pull a few cards for the collective. But yeah, we're just going to go with the flow of things.
Yeah. So many of you may have seen that Adele had wrote a post. What did you say it was called? Duality, the light and the dark.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how many people?
I just want to say hello to Danielle. Thank you, Danielle. She's saying we look amazing. And whoever's jumping on, could you please say hi so I know that you're there? I am looking down on my phone as well, so I can see it through the Facebook Live, but I don't want to miss anyone out. But yeah, thank you for holding space for me, sis. Blessings to you. That is Laura. Someone's just commented, but it says Facebook user. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, hang on. Serena. Hi, Serena.
Hi, Serena. Hi, Danielle. Adele, can I just ask that you just turn the music down just slightly, just a little nudge.
Yeah.
I'm loving the vibes.
The jazz. It's all about the jazz.
It's all about the jazz.
When you want to unwind, bit of
yeah. So duality. Yes. If you're in my group, I speak a lot about this because for me, I just think this is my life. It was as though I learnt the word and that's all I can say is duality. Like before I've jumped on here, we've had a little soul love retreat meeting and I was ready. And then my son just decided just to put his dirty hands on me. And I'm saying this to you guys because probably 5 years, 6 years ago, I would have probably had a meltdown. Like, oh my God, what am I going to wear? Like, I would have just been all up in the ethers in the wrong place, though, not in the right ethers. I would have been all in a different space, having to come down, probably couldn't even come on, probably thinking, hi, Sarah, probably thinking like, like, what's the point in doing this? And I would have been all flustered. And now, with the work that I've learned and the work that I'm continuously doing, I'm able to say, okay, this is the duality. This is part of life. This is the ups and the downs. This is just a part of it. Just go with it. Okay, you may have planned to wear a nice blue top, but now you're wearing black. Go with it, you know? So, like, I like to share my life with you guys because I really feel that sometimes we look on the internet and we think people, or we look at people's bios, or we know people from a place from maybe before. Maybe you've known me as an adult nurse, or maybe you've known me from school or wherever we connect, and think, yeah, she's just calm. She's got it together, but not realizing it's taken work. And within the last 6 months, I must say, I have just quantumed, and that has been because of the temple, the work that I've invested in the temple. The meditations, connecting with my yoni space, which Of course I knew it was there, right? I've got 5 kids. So of course I know it was there, but I wasn't like in any way, shape or form in connection, apart from maybe in the wrong way, right? So like, yeah, oh, another baby's coming. Like, but not, and another, oh, and another. Like, but not in a place of honoring it for the 9 months, yeah, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is a magical person coming into the beat, you know, into this reality, but not even without that baby being in there. It's just like a dead space. Like, well, if I ain't pregnant, what am I doing with it? And now I'm really like getting in connection and really in my flow and really enjoying being in my flow and feeling powerful and feeling magical at that time of the month. And, you know, I was a person that was like, Lord God, please hurry up and come and go, because this is just a drain of my life. This is an inconvenience. I ain't got time for all of this. That's where I was before. And now this has been the magic that Adele has created in this space. And like the work that she's obviously done before creating this. And it's just been a magical, you know, investment for me. And I know like the vibe in the temple has just been amazing. You know, the past 4 months, I can say we have really connected as a sisterhood, and we've gone through some things and we've held each other. And that's what I've been looking for. I've been looking for it, but I didn't know it was going to come in the shape of let's do uni work. You know, I was more looking for a sisterhood where we can just go and eat, you know, a breakfast together, and, you know, just the everyday stuff, and not really wanting to dive in deep into, oh yeah, let's just leave that out of the way. So, you know, I don't know if any of you are on and you're in the temple and you want to like comment, or you want to, you know, throw out some gems if you're in agreement with me of this journey that we've been on. It's been totally beautiful. And again, that holds duality, and there's light and dark. So as much as I'm telling you all the beautiful stuff, there's been tears. And that's not to put you off, but that is life, the yin and the yang. There's the darkness that comes with it. What was you going to say, Adele?
Yeah, definitely. I, you know, have to say yes to everything you've said there. Holding both the light and the dark is never easy, and it takes practice. But once you have that balance, it brings you harmony. Okay, so, you know, as much as we all want to be perfect in our worlds, and we all want to show people the perfect life that we have, you go onto people's Instagrams and they're sharing their days out and their perfect lives and their perfect meals and, you know, all of the perfect stuff. They're not sharing the times where they are stressed out, where the house is a mess, where the kids are running wild, where they could just about peel themselves out of the bed, you know. And I say this a lot to my clients, you know, it's like, don't compare, just do. You are you. And I think within the temple, it had become that space where you see us just woken up, no makeup, hair's a mess, and we're coming live to just tell you how we're feeling today. Because today we feel shit. Today we've had enough. Today we don't feel like doing nothing. We just want to sit and Netflix and chill. And no one ain't judging you. No one isn't going to be like, oh, you should have at least put some decent clothes on or tied your hair up before you came on live. No one don't care. And that's my point, you know. So what Caralisa's saying there about the dark times, there have been times where ladies have shown their vulnerability, and that is exactly what I wanted for that space, most definitely, and it's happening. And it's just getting bigger and bigger with the energy. People are letting more and more out, letting their guards down more and more. And ultimately, I want people to just be doing that in their day to day and not sweating the small stuff. And I say that to you that may be sitting here watching this now, that like what you just said, Caralisa, you was just about to come on live and your son touched you with his dirty hand. You had to go in and change your top. Well, it said 5 minutes to the live and my mouse died. So I had to sit here with it charging, thinking, well, I hope it charges on time. Otherwise, I ain't going to be able to click on nothing to get on no live, you know. And I would have years ago been like, oh my God, the charger's dead. Oh my God. Oh, you know, getting all stressed out, like pulling my hair out. Oh, I'm going to just cancel it. I'm just going to write, like, go on my phone and say I can't do it, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Just completely blow my top. But again, it's duality. Because we are doing something that is kind of out of our comfort zone, to tell you the truth. We've never gone across 3 groups before. This is new for us, you know. We've never used StreamYard before like this, you know, so we are stepping out of our comfort zone. We're used to doing our little live within our little group where we know it's safe, you know, and now we're out there, we're going up. And we're doing that. Of course, the universe is going to send us something to see if we can hold it up or not. And so just know that when you're going through things, try not to sweat the small stuff. So what that your son touched your top and his hands were dirty? So what that my mouse died just before we was about to start? It's not the end of the world. And for me, you know, I think homeschooling my kids in the last...
Are we going there? Are we going there?
really helped me even more so. So even though I never really sweat the small stuff anyway, it's even more so now, because where it would come to my children, I would feel that everything needs to be perfect because they're my children and they're relying upon me to make their world amazing. And I can't drop the ball at all. You know, they can't see me crumbling, you know. And I've started homeschooling this year, and it's come with its trials and tribulations. But ultimately, I'm having to not sweat the small stuff even more. You know, does that make sense? The tiny little things that would have bothered me when they were in their normal schooling life just doesn't bother me now. It just doesn't bother me now, because I look on it as I'm creating the life that I want for my family. I'm looking on it as I am now able to grow with my children. I'm not going to miss out on those times. You know, I'm going to teach them as best I can. I'm no science teacher, but we can do a little experiment. It's fine, you know. So, and getting dirty and sitting down with them and just really getting stuck in, you know, and that's what they like and that's what they enjoy. So I've had to again strip back again. So I would say in the last few weeks, last 4 weeks, has been a lot of duality happening, you know, the good and the bad. But it has to happen. You're never, ever, ever going to slide through life and everything be perfect. It just won't happen. Just won't. And so if that's what you're expecting in life, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you've got to go for it. And just remember that you're never given more than you can handle. So you'll be fine. And there's a reason. And you just look for those things, you know. So yeah, that's important.
Yeah, and I just want to piggyback on the back of that, because I also home educate my children, and I've been doing it since September 2020. And although that sounds amazing, and it really is, I've had to go back as well, because I had a baby. I had complications. Well, what they tried to make complications, that's a whole different story for another day. So I had different pressures between January 2021 and May when he was born, 2021, and trying to, you know, juggle that and keep that together. And there were many times that I could have just like, and I really wanted to at times, just like, let's just go back to how it was. Let's just go back to what I know. And on this journey, this is why I'm sharing it with you, because on this journey, there are going to be times where you want to revert, because it's so much easy, it's so much comfortable. Like, you know, if they're in school 9 till 3, then I can have a rest, and I'm pregnant and I can just cry in the days because there was some heavy stuff going on at the time. And they don't have to, you know, see, I don't have to get up and do the work. I don't have to, you know, but that's not why I chose what I chose. I didn't choose it for the easy, for it all to be nice and smooth. And we've reset again and reset again, because then we got into a routine between January and May, and then baby came, and that just stirred everything up again. And then other things have happened in my life, and that stirred it up again. So we've had to reset and realign and readjust and keep focused and keep, as much as possible. But at the same time of trying to keep myself in alignment, I've also had to have real conversations. I've had to have real conversations with women. That's women in the temple. That's women outside of the temple. That's Andrula and Adele, who, most of you will know that I'm doing a retreat with. So we meet regular and we do meditations, and, we're really creating this space for and the intention for this retreat. So we have to keep things on a level. We have to be honest with each other, to hold each other, because, we can't just turn up on the 1st of April and just be like, ta-da, here I am. Like, we have to have regular communications. Are you buying the butter? Oh, I'm buying the bread. It's even the little things that we're having to discuss and maneuver through. It's not just, yeah, everything's good. And everything is good. But in that time, we've had to manage our own lives as well as the things that, the universe wants to throw up, because it's saying, like, do you really want it? You want this retreat, but do you really want it? Do you really want to go out your way? Do you really want to do this? Do you really want to do that? And that's what we've had to, all three of us in our own right, have had to step aside and kind of, support each other through this process.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, and I wouldn't ever want anyone to just look and think this is easy. And that's why we wanted to do this portal, because we want to show people that there's a real side of us. Every post that we put up, I know, if you're into energy, every post that we put up is real, is raw. But it's also put together, if you get what I'm trying to say. So it's raw, but it's also, you have to go and create it. You have to, do the stuff to make it look good. So you're kind of prettying it up, and then you've also got whatever you've got that goes with it. So again, that's the duality that you're holding there. So, I just want people who, there's many people out there. I've been in a place that I haven't been okay. And I didn't have people to watch. I didn't have this. And I think it's really important, because we're in, not to even get into politics, but we're in a place where things are just a bit all over the place. We've all felt the shifts from 2020 coming to 2022. And today being a powerful day, I'm not disregarding that it's not a powerful day for manifestation, but I also want you to know that there's a dark side to manifestation. And I wrote a post the other day to say that not everything's love and light. Because as much as you want the manifestation, as much as I want the freedom to home educate my children, as much as I want the freedom to have my business, as much as I want the freedom to go on this retreat, there's other things. There's tears for the retreat with me, because I've got a son that's still breastfeeding that will not take the bottle for me. So, there's that side of dealing with things.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to keep it real and raw, because I really feel like the energy that me and Adele have, the connection that me and Adele have, like, people need to see that, because you don't need to see it polished. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't have to see it all polished, but you've got to know that it's okay.
Yeah.
I keep looking over here because my comments.
You can check the comments. Look at my phone down here. No, I totally get that. It's almost like some sacrifices that you have to make in life in order for the big things to drop in.
Yeah.
So, we're having all this amazing stuff happening with the retreats and stuff, but the two of us have had to make certain sacrifices to make that happen. That weekend of the retreat, it's actually my son's 6th birthday on the Saturday. And the girls were like, you know what, do your bit and then you can go off. And I was like, no, I have chosen to do the retreat. My son is going to have many more birthdays, and we will celebrate his birthday on Monday when the retreat is over. let's go through and do the retreat. It's fine. You know, they're going to be staying somewhere not too far from the retreat anyway. And he'll be fine. His day will be made magical anyway. His dad will make sure that he has a good time on his birthday. He'll be with his siblings and everything else. But this is the sacrifices that we have to make in order for our magic, all the dreams, all the things that we've been yearning for, all our manifestations to drop in, to drop forward. That was a sacrifice I had to make. You know? And yeah, so like Caralisa said, not everything is love and light. And I know that there's so many spiritual people out there, and you know, and it's kind of like everything's love and light, but it's not. Sometimes there's darkness, and we have to keep it real. Sometimes there's days where we just have to stop. You know, look back in my group, in the Solar Line Mystics group, there were times where I never even posted for like a good few days, because Spirit were like, no, you don't need to post every single day. So what about algorithms? We're working with spirit energy here, okay? We're not working with algorithms. Whoever's meant to see will see. Even if it's just one person that's meant to hear my message right now, they will see it. That one person may go off and do so much magic with what I said to them on that live. So it's not about algorithms, it's not about likes, it's not about followers, it's not about any of those things. It's about just being you, speaking your truth on a platform where you're able to help others. So I know there's many of you that want to start doing this, you know, and there are certain things that hold you back. Having the right backdrop for your live, making sure your hair's right, making sure you've got the right things to wear, having all your notes and making it all perfect. Scrap the notes.
I ain't got a note.
Unless there's obviously things that you don't want to forget. So you might say, just look at my notes to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. But other than that, scrap the notes. Be authentic, you know. And when you are spirit-led, because you're connected with your spiritual team, you don't need notes, because they're telling me what to say. The words coming up and out of my mouth. Look at notes, okay? And you'll find that, you know, in the early days when I used to do my lives, I used to come on and I used to be like, I don't even know why I'm here, girls, but, you know, I'm here. How are we all? Everyone will be saying, hi, this, that, and the other. And then, boom, straight away, I'll start talking about something. And then it will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and everyone's relating to it. And it's like, oh, that's what I came to talk about then. You know, it really doesn't matter if you don't have a plan. Just go forth and talk. And so this power portal is just that. We didn't come on here with any type of, you know we're going to talk about this tonight. You know, we just came on to talk, basically, and to have a free space for you guys to ask us questions, and we can channel in and give you information. Okay, so I don't want you lot to hold back any longer now with your endeavors. I want you to push forward. February 2022 is just a powerful month throughout, really. You're going to notice a lot of people really coming out of their shells and doing things that they wouldn't ordinarily do. They're just going to have the guts to do it. Fear is just going to fizzle away from a lot of people. And you might find yourself feeling a bit that way. Oh my gosh, I would never wear a dress like that, but I'm feeling to wear a dress like that today. Just go for it, you know? And that's because of the energy, that all of this new moon energy, all of the numerology, the beautiful numerology that's involved in this month is just crazy. Don't waste the energy. If you're feeling that urge, and it could be the tiniest little urge to do something out of the box, or to do something that you wouldn't ordinarily do, there is totally a reason. Go for it and do it. Don't hold back. You know, you don't want to look back in April and be like, oh my gosh, when I had the nudge to do it, I should have done it. I'm looking around and so many people have changed in the last few months. That could have been me. Then you go back to that place of comparing and all of that, you know. Don't snooze, because you will lose. Just go for it, you know? Yeah.
And really just like, you know, I'm coming with the dark side now, because step out. But then this energy can be overpowering and overwhelming, and that's okay. Reach out, because there's somebody who can help you. There's somebody who has been through what you've been through. You're not on your own. There is nothing new on this earth. Nothing at all is new on this face of this earth. So, you know, maybe you're feeling a bit down, speak out. Do what it is that you need to do, because there's somebody out there. It may just be a post. You may not want to go live, but just write a little post. You know, today I'm not feeling that great, because I have to go there, because I posted on my Facebook page the other day that goddess who, you know, unfortunately was in a bad place. And there's so many people, just because, I'm not saying just because she was famous, it was out there, but there's so many people that are in that space. They don't get the coverage. So we're unaware of what, unless it's in your intermediate or your intimate circles, you don't always hear about it. And we don't ever know what it is that's going to trigger that. You know, it could just be that one thing. Yesterday, I had a complete cry on the phone because my printer wasn't working. And I had to release that. I had to release that my printer wasn't working. And that's because I was then starting to think, well, if I'd done this the night before, if I'd just printed out that work and it would have all my ducks would have been lined up.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
But that doesn't matter, because you know what? They had a good day. They learned what they needed to learn. Spirit was just like, right, just go with it. Just diversion. And that's because after I had that release, I was able to just be like, okay, what next? And you know what? The printer worked. We brought the printer downstairs. My daughter then got on the laptop and she was like, Mum, it's working. So where I would have 5 years ago took myself back to bed and been like, oh my God, I can't do this. This is a lot. I mean, I wouldn't have even done the home educating, to be honest. But if it was a similar situation 5 years ago, I'd have been like, oh my God, this has crippled me. And that's okay. That's okay if you haven't developed that inner strength or that emotional intelligence, as they like to call it. That's okay. But that's where you've got the help and the support of people around you. You've got so much resources. We're in a day and age. I did a live this morning. I can't even believe that I did it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Spirit was like, you're doing a live at 2. And I was like, yeah, 2 p.m. I was like, 2 a.m. Like, when you do it at 2 p.m., you know, the little ones are going to be doing whatever. And I spoke about that we are our ancestors' dream. Remember, back in the day, they didn't even have phones to say, oh, Adele, I'm feeling like this because my printer's broke. Whatever they had to do, they had to carry that burden. If you wasn't physically close to them, as in, you know, in proximity, walking distance, you didn't know what the next person was going through. Now we can just go on Instagram and just put a little post. We can just put a little story up. We can ask a question. How many people have ever felt like this? And just to get an idea that you're not on your own. Because the duality is there all the time, and people are out there, and you know, we're here sitting thinking, oh, all my ducks are in a row and I'm the only one, and you start having that negative self-talk and you start taking yourself under and under and under. We haven't got to do that. And that's where I bring it back to the temple. Because even if you was to invest in the temple at air, you still have access to the lounge. So you still have access. Say that again.
No, air's the lowest rate, in case you didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Air's the lowest.
Air's the lowest. So even if you was to just invest in that, because that's all you could, you know, physically do right now, ain't nobody judging you. You can get in, do the work that you need to do, go in the temple, start integrating and speaking to the ladies that are on that journey. It's not about comparison. Oh, she's in fire, which is the highest. She's in fire. I'm in air. I'm insignificant. No, you're not. Your story, your journey, everybody has to start somewhere. I didn't just get up and just, you know, like this time last year, I would have been crying like, oh my God, I can't do a live. I can't do a live. Oh my God. Panic attack. I'll do it tomorrow. Everyone has to start somewhere. We all have to take those steps. And that's why I'm so grateful that Adele has created this beautiful space, because I know that there's ladies out there, you know, if you're getting the nudge right now, you know, if you're feeling that in your soul, the words are just like, oh, this is for me. this energy, this space is for me. You know that. And you've got the access to all the ladies. And the beauty about that is you get to collaborate. You still get the gems from all these women. Whether they're a step ahead of you, we've all got something to give. Because what you've been through, right, I probably have never been through. And you still, I'm inspired by you. I'm inspired by your story. So when you're thinking, oh, I'm insignificant and, my little story over here and my little light and, I've only got a tea light and she's got a big old candle over there. No, your tea light still does what it needs to do. It can light up a room. You can then activate another tea light and another tea light and another tea light. And before you know it, your whole room's lit up.
Yes, yes, yes.
You only have to start with something small. It's one little step. One little step. So don't look at your tea light like that can't guide you. Because I'm here with a lamp and you're thinking, yo, she's got this big old lamp. She's shining. No. Your same tea light, if my light goes out, can ignite my tower or whatever you think I've got over here. I might need your little bit of light to help me. It ain't about, oh, she's got it big. Or Adele's got the biggest candle and it's 7 foot tall and and mine's only a little. No. We ain't living in that day and age now where we're in that comparison. We're not living in the day and age where we're just going to be here and be, oh, well, I'm insignificant. No, you're not. Like I said this morning, I spoke. If you're in my group, I spoke and I said, do you know what it took for your mum to get you here? Do you know the duality that it took? For any woman that has carried and birthed a child, you'll know everybody has a different story. Some have morning sickness, some have this, some have that, some have high blood pressure. There's so many different things that go right and wrong. But do you know what? The whole time, if you've been in that position where you've had, like I've got I'm classed as high risk, right? But no matter what they're saying that I'm high risk, I'm still happy. So I'm carrying the high risk and I'm carrying the happiness and I'm birthing. Carrying the high risk and the happiness, morning sickness and whatever. That is what we are. We are women. We're here to birth. We're here to activate. And it doesn't even matter if you haven't had a child. It doesn't even matter if you haven't got a womb right now. Because it's within your DNA. Nobody can take that away from you. So my message for you guys today, like in this portal of duality, is whatever your light is, carry it and carry it with pride.
Listen, there's someone waiting for your light. There's someone that doesn't have a lighter or a match to light it, and they're waiting for you to pass them by so that they can ask you for a light. And that's why I'm big on saying to people, own what you have and don't, put it down. Cut yourself some slack, because there's someone out there that's waiting for you and what you have and what you have to offer. They might like what I do, yeah, but actually they feel more aligned to you. You're not showing your light. Hiding your tea light so that it doesn't blow out. Trust me, your tea light won't blow out. Okay?
But if you cover it up, if you cover that tea light up, you know what's going to happen in it.
You suffocate it. There's no air.
Because it needs the air. It needs the exposure. So where you think you're going to mind it because, you need this little light because, I've got to go in the bathroom with this light and you end up with nothing anyway. You end up with nothing because you haven't used it to activate somebody else. Because when you light somebody else's candle, if yours blows out, they're able to light you back. You here and there just holding it all to yourself, and then you're out. Who can help? Because that's what it is. That's what this journey in life is. And many of us thought that we just have to keep ourselves to ourselves and our business to ourselves. And oh my gosh, I'm the only one that hasn't ever had, I've got £1 to myself, so I can't never tell nobody. Many of us have been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there where we've been to the supermarket and we can just pick up, boom, 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 and we've all been there where we're like, right, this is for dinner today, this is for dinner tomorrow, right, this is my budget. We ain't no different. And once we start, looking at each other as souls, not higher, lower, this ain't, what was his name? Michael Barrymore, top, middle, bottom. Top, middle, bottom, like, we're on the same page, yeah?
Yeah.
We're on the same page. We ain't picking top, middle, bottom here. Exactly. As much as we've got tears in this temple, that's more about where you feel aligned to. It ain't nothing about top, middle, or bottom. So I don't want you to think like I want to invest, but like I don't want people to think that I've only got a little bit of light here. Listen. A little bit of light can burn. A tea light can probably burn down a house.
Yes, of course it can. Of course it can.
Yeah. Can burn down a house. That's powerful. It catches onto something flammable. You're gone. You're moving.
Show your power. Show it. Don't wait any longer. Just start showing it and start walking in it. Because the small steps end up huge, giant leaps in the end. But you've got to start somewhere. And yeah, I'm just trying to read some of the. Can you see any of the?
I've got a few comments in my group. Okay. I don't know if you see the same comments as me.
I only see the ones that come up on the StreamYard, and I've got some in my group as well.
I can't see any of that come up on StreamYard. So I'm just going to have a look. Sarah's been saying, I totally agree about the homeschooling. I've been thinking about it too, but I want to build foundations first now. Yeah. Yeah, Sarah. But what I would say to you is like, I don't know what your situation is, but don't think you've got to have it all. You ain't got to buy 10 reams of paper and have 100 pencils. Maybe you've only got 2 pencils. Do you know what I'm saying? You just roll with it and you just keep building. So build the foundation in what you need, because we all need to, build a foundation. But please don't think that it's... Yeah, don't overthink it. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't be like, oh, okay, so I need like no. Start where you're at. Because with what you've got, because the greatest teacher for your child is you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Serena has a question. She says, advice on how to really step into one's light. I'm a bit frozen by what others think of me, almost ashamed to admit this because I would like to get past it.
So Serena, is it like limiting beliefs? Yes. Or is it when I say limiting beliefs, is it that you're thinking about, what was it that she's thinking about, what other people are thinking about her? Yeah. Listen, girl. Listen, people are out here thinking that you are amazing. People are out here thinking, I wish I could be like her. People are out here wanting to know, how are you doing this? Forget about what people think. And I can say that because I was a person, listen, right, let me tell you something. I used to iron every piece of clothing up until my 4th child.
Oh, you got time, girl.
I used to iron every vest, every sleep suit, every. I think the only thing I even used to iron the boxes for the boys, right? Everything.
My granny used to iron knickers.
Pardon?
My granny used to iron everyone's knickers.
Who your granny did?
Yeah.
Right.
And everything get ironed.
Everything. Bed sheet, everything. But you know why I was doing it? Because, what are people going to say about me? I'm a bad mum. That is why I was doing it. I have to give it to you raw, because I had to check myself in 2020, because obviously kids weren't, doing no uniform, and they were just, because it was so hot, they was on the trampoline and stuff. So it was like, hold on a minute. So you're really going to iron these clothes for the kids to jump on the trampoline? My boys like to dig. If you ever see the holes in my back garden that my boys have dug. So I'm ironing clothes because people are going to think, and then people aren't coming to my house because we're all in lockdown. But this is my mindset.
Yeah.
So I'm spending 6, 7, 8 hours. Let me tell you how long. I used to watch these, Mondays, right? If you're in the UK and you're watching, on a Monday, you have like your EastEnders, your Coronation Street, your Emmerdale, and then you have a next one. I think it goes back to Coronation Street. So that's like 2 hours worth of soaps. I used to iron on a Monday, 2 hours straight. I used to say, right, I'll do it to all these soaps. That was my little way of just getting on with it. Then I used to iron on a Wednesday. Then I used to do like my daughter's hair 3 times a week, because people are going to think. Ain't even nobody even noticing that the hair is done. And I'm talking about re-cameraing it into a different style, because people are going to think that she's had this style for a couple of days now. It was all in my mind. It was all in my mind. Literally. I never used to sleep, because I would mop till 3 o'clock in the morning, brethren. Let me just give you some real gems about me. This is how I was getting in my mind, thinking people are going to think I'm a bad mom, because like I had to hoover. I used to hoover the stairs twice a day. Ain't nobody coming to my house. Ain't nobody coming to my house. And this was before 2020, because I was at work 3 nights a week. So I was out the game for 4 days, because I slept for kind of, 4 days being at work 3 nights. And then I was taking my children out. So who was coming to my house to judge? And if they're coming to my house to judge, are you my friend? Am I less of a person because, there's a little bit of crumbs on the stairs and I got 4 kids? Listen, you are a gem. And you've got to hear this today, because whatever it is that you want to be stepping out.
She said, I think it's a scarcity mindset too.
Can you elaborate on that, Serena? Is it Serena or Selena? I can't see the comments.
It's Serena.
Serena. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, literally. I look like a man on the school run, joggers. Yeah, literally, you got to do what you got to do. I gave up that dose many years ago. Not caring. I think as well, the more you go within and start to do your work on yourself,
yes,
you don't see what's going on outside
around you. Yeah.
I don't watch people. I don't watch the women. I couldn't tell you anything really. I'm just not into it. And when I'm around people that are, did you see what happened? This and that, I'm just not interested. My own stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I think the more you dive inner, the more you just don't see anything else but yourself and what you have to do and what you're here to do and what you're here to bring to people. And then what will start happening is the more you step out and bring that stuff to people, the more people are going to want you. They're going to be rooting for you. You coming on again? You coming on live? Oh my gosh, you was amazing, blah, blah. And all those little things that you thought of yourself, they'll just slip away anyway. She said here, yes, it's a fear of being successful, of using my voice fully. It feels like an energetic block too. Okay. Because you know why that is, Serena? Because you know how powerful you are. It's that whole thing of, I know if I start using my voice, I'm going to change something. I'm going to change something. And am I ready for that? Like it's a bit like, prime example, my daughter, she's a performer. She loves to sing, dance. She goes to theatre school. And we was watching a documentary about one of these child stars. And she said, Mum, who are all these people that are taking pictures like that, jumping out of the bush and stuff? I said, well, unfortunately, this happens when you become famous, because everyone just wants to take a picture. She said, I don't want that, though. I want to be a singer, I want to be a dancer, but I don't want people jumping out and we have to run down the road. So there's a whole thing of you're wanting to be the thing that you want to be, but you know the impact that your voice will have on people, and you know it will make a shift and a change in not only your world, but the world of those that it's touched. And that is what's scaring you. It's almost like, are you ready for that? Are you ready for the paparazzi type thing? Are you ready for that type of fame? You know? And so yeah, you need to look into that. And again, it's inner work, it's meditation. You're feeling like there's an energetic block, you can do certain meditations and stuff like that to help alleviate those blocks. And going within, it's almost like stripping back an onion to see where the block has come from, where it stemmed from, and removing that. So yeah, like, but you're a powerful woman, and obviously I've met with you online a few times, and I can tell you're powerful, and I don't want you to be fearful. And anything, you might be scared to, I don't know, go on a plane, but if you went on a plane every day for a week, you won't be fearful anymore. So just start jumping out, just start doing little bits, just start breaking through, and you'll realize that it won't even be a fear anymore. In fact, you'll want to up level, you'll want to do something more, because what you're doing isn't even a thing anymore. And it happens very quickly, that transition.
Yeah.
It happens very quickly. And don't get me wrong, it's not all perfect, because you get, just like with Duality, you're going to get some really lovely people that are going to love the work that you do, that are going to be in your inbox wanting to do things with you. But then you're also going to get spiteful people that may not say the nicest things in comments and stuff like that. It comes with the territory. Okay? So if you know that this type of work is the work that you want to do, then you have to be prepared to take the rough with the smooth. It's just how it is, you know.
Yeah. I like to use parenting as a and I appreciate not everybody's a parent, but you know, you have these kids, right? Or you might have a niece or a nephew and you love them, you know. But sometimes they do some things. Sudocrem is one of my kids' favorites. That they've plastered it all. I remember doing Zion, he's 5 now. I did his hair and it was all, you know, I was telling you about all my ducks in a row, like proper OCD, done his hair. You know, the boy put the whole tub of Sudocrem, covered his whole face. I might have to look for that picture just to post it.
Darcy done the same.
The whole. But you love them. But right now, you just think, take the wheel.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take the wheel, I don't know what I'm going to do. And that's with everything. It doesn't matter what your circumstances, you know, taking those steps, like what Adele said, bit by bit, you'll be amazed when you look back, the little journaling that you do for yourself, the little 5 minute, if it's alive, the little 5 minutes that you do, and then you extend it to 10 minutes, you know, but you have to take that step. Because like I mentioned before, we are our ancestors' dream. They would have loved to reach thousands with, you know, the information that they had, whatever that was. And now we're in a position that we can. You know, now we're in a position that we can do and we can make a difference. And the fact that you've got so much resistance, like Adele said, means that you're powerful. Because anything that comes too easy in my life, I don't know about you, Adele, but anything that comes too easy, it kind of goes easy too.
Yeah, it's not really worth doing. That's what I say. Yeah, it's not really.
It's a bit, you know, it's nice, but I don't even appreciate it too tough.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's like that whole saying. I know my mum used to say it to me, like, it's all good I buy you all this stuff, but will you take care of it? But if you pay for it out of your own money, you'll take care of it, because you'll understand the value of that, how much you save for it yourself. You know, our kids are the same. Christmas, we buy them all these gifts, and then by the evening, Boxing Day, They're all over the place. No respect.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Or will come next year or whatever, you know.
And that's why I found the power in investment.
Yes, exactly.
Because, you know, I'm loving that everybody's on live with us, and I'm here to do as many of these as I can to help as many people. But ultimately, there comes a point where you have to invest, because when you invest, that's when you're all in.
You are.
You're all in. You ain't wanting to miss a live. You ain't wanting to. You just want the work, because you've invested. That money isn't just money; it's energy. It's a frequency of energy. So you want to be aligned. Ain't nobody want to spend, like, I don't know, £50 and just throw it in the air. You know what I mean? Go in the middle of your street and just go £50 coins. Do you know what I'm saying? You want to be able to invest and see where it's going and do the work. And, you know, if you ever had a meal bought for you and you just think, oh no, but you see, when you've cooked it, you've invested your time, you want to eat that, enjoy that. You want to do the work. You want it to last.
Yeah, man.
And Serena, I have actually, in the middle of the month, I launched a throat chakra activation.
Oh, yes.
And I did a sacral chakra, and I wanted to, again, see, stepping out my way so I can just come in, give it you raw. I wanted to, when I did the throat chakra, I wanted to go down and just do it in alignment. And Spirit was like, throat, sacral or sacral, those are what I want you to concentrate on now, to help the women to speak up, to help the women to sing out, to help the women to get out of their way, because the power is within our voice. The very first thing that we want to hear when a baby is born is what?
It cried. It screamed the face down, so we know it's good.
So if we ain't in alignment, it don't matter what birth you've had, that is what they want to hear. People want to hear your voice. You got to activate that.
Yeah.
Of course, there's always external things around us that, you know, can throw us off guard. Of course.
And it's always going to be that way.
Always going to be the way.
Ever. You know. Is there any more questions? Debbie's saying, what is your plan for 2222 this evening? I was planning to meditate, but put everything out to the universe, but intrigued what your plan is.
Well, I started today, Debbie. I did a live at 2:00. So,
22.
Pardon?
Isn't it 222?
Yeah, 2:22. So I did a shadow work, quite deep, session at 10:00 last night. I don't even know what days I'm on when I do like these night things. So last night, 10:00, and I journaled for a bit, and I just jammed and just, you know, listened to a few songs and just really got to the bottom. I released some tears around situations that I had to face. You know, done the crystal cleansing, and then did this live because Spirit was just like, go with it. Just go with the live. There's somebody out there. And I was thinking, hey, who's going to be listening at 2:00 in the morning? You know what I'm saying? But people have watched it. People have been in my inbox. People have. So it was needed. And I don't have any particular routines anymore. That's the reason why I brought it up to you about this ironing. I scrapped everything. I don't even know what we was going to talk about today. Whereas my first few lives, I was writing down. I used to write down everything, like bullet points, introduce myself, da 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 da. Like, I don't even do that. If it's something where, like what Adele said, that I need to remember a price of something because maybe I'm selling and I just want to be fluent and just make sure I've got it right, and I don't want to, you know, say one thing on the live and then post another thing, because obviously that's not, you know, in alignment. That's not helpful for my clientele. But tonight I'll be jamming.
Yeah.
You know, we did it at 8 o'clock, just after 8, this live. Like this is how I'm spending this powerful portal with you guys.
Yeah, I'd say the same as well. Obviously, I have my morning routine in that I always do a meditation anyway every morning. And this morning, my meditation was just that bit deeper. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that I wanted to do a live today with you guys and with Caralisa. So I knew that whatever was my reason behind it, there was some activating words and stuff that will help others. um so I didn't really have anything planned. Yes, I cleansed my crystals. I've done a big old sage, so I guess that was something I've done a big old sage, cleansed all my crystals and all of that. um but yeah, nothing major today. I'm just going with the flow of it. I have to be in flow. I can't be with this, like, right now we've got to do this, now we've got to do this, now we've got to do this. It's too much. I have to be in flow, and I do as I'm told through spirit. And back to why, again, that my spirit will tell me there's times you don't need to post. Don't worry if you haven't put a post up for a few days. You don't need to do as everyone else does. You are on your own flow, on your own movement. And that is pretty much how I live my life in most things that I do. I try not to have too much of it. So the only thing that I'm really honed in on is the meditation in the morning, because it's important.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And at night to ground,
Mm-hmm.
ground for the day and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I'm here with you guys, and I hope you feel
Yeah.
activated and go away with some gems.
Yeah. My morning routine for every day is important to me. So I do like to meditate and do a bit of journaling and see, maybe I've had a dream and just write about that, and whatever drops in when I've done my meditation. That's the only thing really that I plan. And then me and my children, we do affirmations every day. Yeah, we just do our little affirmations, and sometimes we do a little bit of like cosmic yoga, bending
Yeah.
up ourselves, running on the spot, whatever. But like, I've let go of, and I'm happy for anybody who teaches in that way. But when you come into my world, we kick back. I got my foot up right now, we kick back, and we keep it real.
Yeah, that's it. That's important.
Because having like this whole routine, that's what was sending me crazy. So I would not impose that on other people now. If you work to a routine and you want to bring a routine in place, new moon, full moon, waxing, waning, if you want to go with it, then that's you. But I find that even before I was even deep with the moon stuff, like I was just doing things anyway. I was finding that I was in alignment. It was only until a friend of mine pointed it out, and she was like, "Oh, okay, this is the moon." I was like, "Oh, is that why I've cleaned or done the like, because when you start getting connecting with your spirit guides and your ancestors, there's no such thing as time anyway."
Exactly.
So, there's got to be a bit of structure. And I would advise anybody, if you could, to get up at 5 minutes earlier and just, really home in and give yourself that time, because I just think that's really a big part of my self-care and my self-love.
Doesn't it? Just getting up before the rest of your household gets up, and just
Mm-hmm.
having that headspace and having that time to really go within. It just sets you up for the day, and getting out as well. I've been going on walks as well, first thing before the household gets up as well, which is good because it blows the cobwebs away, does what it needs to do, and then I feel ready for the day, ready to take on the world. Do you know what I mean? So, self-care is important.
Yeah.
There's me.
Sarah's got, have you got any more comments? I've got a comment from Sarah. Are you still there, Sarah? So she's asking, now you said that, Adele, could it be that fate deals out paths of possibilities for you? So if because you feared something that you just explained as a child or adolescent, would something similar happen again? So another chance, but in a different format?
What are you talking about? What we're saying to
Was you?
Serena?
It's Serena, I think so.
Yeah. So basically, it's a lesson. I think what you're trying to say is the things that you're fearing, that you're avoiding to do. they'll come back around, because these are all lessons that you're meant to have in this human experience. So if you avoid them, they'll come back in another way, you know, and sometimes they're not as light as what it was the last time. It's like a big old boom, there you go, do you get it now? You've got to do it, and this is why you've got to do it, you know. So yeah, it always comes back, because it's something that you've got to overcome, and it's something that you've got to experience and walk through the fear, you know, to your power. If you're wanting the power, that is. If you're not, then fine, you can stay where you are, where it's safe and cozy, and don't push those boundaries. But if you're wanting a more powerful life for yourself, and a life where you feel more free, you know, freedom, then you're going to have to confront your fears, and you're going to have to walk through your fears. There's some fears that you're going to have to integrate, your shadows, you know. So it's all, yeah, they'll come for you eventually.
And let me just tell you something about, I've been talking about breaking the chains.
Yeah.
They come for your kids.
Oh, yes. That's why they say trauma is passed down from our ancestors, because it's stuff that they never dealt with. So now we're dealing with it. And if we don't deal with it, our children get it. And our children are then having to do, or our grandchildren. So we are now in a place that nothing is by accident. We were born in this era for a reason. So if you're a grown adult with your right mind, and you're ready to move forward in this era, there's a reason, okay? And for you to sort of say, oh, I don't want to do it, I just can't be bothered, it's kind of like, you know, your ancestors are probably going, oh my gosh, she's born in the right time, like what you were saying earlier, Caralisa, about the ancestors would have loved to have been born now to be able to communicate in the way that we're able to communicate. We are able to do so much now and break so many chains and really clear out so much trauma. And we're able to do that now before our kids take it on. Because their life as an adult, there might be different things going on in the world. So it's important that we do this work from now. And it not only heals them because we've done it, but it also obviously it heals the generations down. So it's really important. Any fears, anything that we're unsure of, anything that we're trying to avoid, anything that we bury our head in the sand about, dig it all up now, face it all now, lay it out on the table. What is it that's made me like this? And just go through each one, write it all down, journal. If you're not journaling, start journaling. You don't have to write it. If you're not a writer, you can voice note your journals, okay? And just start, you know, expressing yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, meditations that you're having, visions you've been shown, you know, messages you've had from spirit, your shit days that you're having and you can't understand why. When you journal it and break it all down, and you go back in a week's time after the week you've had, you can see exactly why you had to go through that, because of the week you've had. It all makes sense now. So yeah, all of this stuff.
Yeah, and I don't want anyone to feel scared, like, oh my god, my kids are going to be no. Like, you know, you'll find that, like, if you just look at, if you have the privilege to know your parents and grandparents, you'll see it. Like, you know, maybe your mom's scared of a dog, and your nan's scared of a dog, and maybe if you spoke to your nan, like, it's just even the smallest things. It's not always these big old traumas, because, you know, we throw the word out, trauma or shadow work, and I know it panics people because it might trigger them, like, oh, but pardon?
Because it sounds dark.
Yeah. And it's the unknown, but you just have to look at the little things, you know, just the smallest things. And that's why we have, like, even on a medical point of view, you'll see that families carry certain things. Do you know what I mean? And not everything you can break from a medical point of view, but some things are possible. Most things, I would say, are possible. But I think that's a conversation for another day.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll be here all day.
We'll be here all day. But was there any more questions?
I haven't got any on my side.
Are you in the temple as well, Adele?
I am not, no. on, let me have a little check. If you've got any questions about anything, please fire away. No, I don't think there is any questions in the temple. Amazing. Do you want to look hard for the collective?
Yeah. I was just shuffling.
What deck have you got? I hope what deck have you got?
Angels and Ancestors. That's what I was led.
That one, is it?
No. I have got that one though, but no.
That was my first ever deck. That was.
And mine. Oh my gosh. It's right here. That one, right?
Yeah. I think my mum got it or something. But yeah.
And I think my mum got me as well.
Listen, one thing you need to know about me and Caralisa is that everything is the same. Nothing surprises me anymore. We'll say something. I'll say something. She'll say, "Oh my gosh, that's exactly what happened to me." Even like we were talking about the kids, and I said, "No, I think you said you heard me on a live," and I said I had 5 kids, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I got 5 kids." That was the first thing, and then there was so many things that were the same. It's now got to the point. This morning we both was on a call together, and we both rocked up in black vest tops. You know what I mean? Like all the things is always the same. Yeah.
And we went out for dinner. We went out because we had a soul love meeting, the retreat meeting on Saturday. And like when Adele was picking the stuff, I was just like, "Is there anything that I could just eat to myself?" She was like, "I love sweet potato fries," and I was like, "So do I." But what's the matter with you? And like, obviously, we wasn't talking about the food, but she'd picked the same meal as me. She was like, "I'm thinking about this one or this one." I was like, "I was thinking about that too."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so you'll find that it's just a natural thing. It's crazy. So yeah. So I'm just asking Spirit for just a wrap-up message for all those that watch this and all that are watching now.
You got one?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Then?
Yeah, so the card that came out was Hunter, and it says track down your fears and desires.
Wow.
So we've been talking a lot about this, yeah. So it just flew out on my lap. And as you can see in this, you know, this man, he's radical. He's stripped back. He ain't got no whole heap of clothes on, but he's also got his deer.
Oh yeah.
Can you see?
They're lovely cards, by the way.
So this is just confirming everything that we've been talking about. The duality, because you've got to track down those fears and, you know, to break those generational curses, for the book to stop with us. And because we've got each other and because we've got each other as a collective, there is no reason for things to slide past. Yeah. There's no reason for us to keep walking in those same fears, because this is how they looked in ancient times, you know? So they've been going, the ancestors have been doing this. They've been trying to confront their fears. And now we've got this chance to do this. So it's time to track down those fears.
Yes.
And one by one, together we walk, one step in faith, one step in power. One step in faith, one step in power. Even on the wobbly days, Spirit is just saying, like, listen, you see that bow and arrow? Do you know exactly what power it can do? Yes, in this new technology, we're used to all the guns and everything else. And, you know, there's more advanced ways of tracking something down. But this was still sufficient.
Yeah.
This was still sufficient. So if our ancestors could be doing this with a bow and arrow, just imagine the power that's within you, with everything in the technology and all of the collective, all of the people that we can go out and hunt, so to speak, on Facebook and Instagram and all the platforms. We can go and hunt down these people that are aligned to us. and for them to help us, because their words will help to activate us, and it's us that are going to carry the bow and arrow, but we have to carry it, and you've got to be ready to carry it.
Ready. Fire, girl, fire. Okay, I just had 3 drop out. I'm just gonna shuffle these 3. Okay. All right, my card, I'm doing the Moonology cards, by the way, and my moon card was the fixed moon. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. So whatever visions, whatever plans, whatever dreams that you're having in the last few days, hold them, almost like a snapshot, a photo, you know, hold that vision and start bringing it forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, joining in with the whole thing around the fear, release that fear and just start taking the steps forward. Because you know what? One little tiny pigeon step is better than just not doing anything at all. And it's better than living a life of regret. Any vision you have, you can see it in your mind and you are there and your family is there. That means it is reachable. It's not far-fetched. It's reachable. Doesn't matter. You don't need to tell people about it. You can if you want, but you don't need to. You hold your vision and you walk forward. If you tell people about it and they say to you, oh, lovely, but you know, so what? It doesn't matter. That's your vision. It's not theirs. You hold on to your vision, you walk forward and you make things happen. Like I said, this is the year for it. And February is definitely the month for it. So if that's what you're wanting to start something new, you're wondering whether now's the time for a change in something because you're wanting to move on to pastures new, go for it now. Do it now. Start putting things in place for it now. Don't wait until you've done A, B, and C first, and then you'll do it, because that time never comes. There'll always be another set of A, B, and C's after that A, B, and C. Okay? So just start putting things in motion now. And you'll be so surprised how things drop in. When one door closes, another door opens. And you will find that once you have made the decision, just merely making the decision and having that knowing that this is what you've decided to do, and you're definitely going to do it, and you're definitely going to go for it, you watch how things just kind of move into your path out of nowhere. So when you're sitting there saying, I really want to do this, but I just can't see how. I just can't see how it's going to happen. Take that out of your mind. It doesn't matter that how. The mere fact that you've made that decision and it's from the chest and it's from the soul, it's going to happen. You watch, things will start falling into place. And I can't thingy this enough. I can't say this enough. You know, I cannot say this enough. And, you know, use the people that are around you if you need to. If there's people that you think can help you with your vision, go to them. It doesn't matter if you hardly know them, but you know that they're in the space where you want to be. Start going and being in the communities and around the people that are going to help you to get to that space quicker. Okay? Don't stay in the park if you're wanting to be on a race course. Go to the race course. Make friends with the people in the race course. Don't stay in the park with those friends, because they're not getting you to where you need to go. Start putting yourself in those communities. Start putting your energy in the space that you need to be. And start honing in on who you are on a soul level and walking in her shoes and making it happen.
And I just wanted to piggyback on the back end of Adele before we go. When it comes to your vision, and when it comes to, like, you know, a lot of us in New Year with you know, because January's gone, you haven't missed it. Just because you ain't done the New Year's resolution in January, today is a new day. So don't think, oh, well, I've got to wait till next January, because, you know, everyone sets resolutions or whenever.
That's a big one. I'll wait until the end of the month. I'll wait until next month.
Yeah.
Monday. Because it's a new week. Just start today.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a fixed plan. Just
Yeah.
know you're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Start today. Don't wait till Monday for the fresh week and all of that, or the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the moon, all the waxing, all the waning, all the gibbous.
All the different moons. We don't make none of that. Let's just start today and make it happen today. Okay? I'll start again on Monday. Who said that?
I don't know.
Debbie.
Okay, so I'll drop the question because we're going to wrap it up soon. So yeah, we're here for it. So I was just said I have a question. So I'm waiting, Sarah. Who said they're waiting for Monday?
Debbie, she was shaking there.
Oh yeah.
It is though. It's one of those things. Yeah, I'll start my diet on Monday. Hey, tomorrow, whatever. Just start.
Yeah.
One day ain't gonna make no difference. In fact, when you start putting time frames on it, you become anxious. You become, oh my gosh, I said I was gonna do it then. I've got
Sunday night, you're like this, isn't it?
Why should I start on Monday? Like, it's just not worth it.
Just go with it. Get your pen out, get your paper out, say, right, this is what I want to do. Doesn't even matter how out there, like what Adele said, it doesn't matter how big it seems. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. There ain't no doctor, there ain't no nurse, there's no lawyer that just woke up and then became it. It was every day they had to do a little.
Exactly.
And these are the bigger professions that we look up to, right? And we're like, oh, he's a lawyer and he was in uni for 10 years or a consultant or whatever. But they didn't just drop out of their mum like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just drop out with this knowledge of this is a this and this is a that. Like, what?
Boss babies.
Boss babies, yeah.
Dropped out with the briefcase and everything.
You know, every day we just take a step, and I guarantee you this time next year you'll be thinking, rare, I can't believe
how far I've come.
Are you still there, Sarah?
But we will be doing these probably bi-weekly, just to catch up with you girls. And Michael Jordan's story springs to mind. Oh, what? Because he basically came out ready to play basketball. Here we go. What's she saying?
Can you see this as well?
Yeah, I started
okay, cool.
in my daily journaling, healing vibes far from afar, and I pulled a card in a reading today that told me to be careful and to not spread my energy too far. Think of myself more. How do I keep sending the vibes by keep my energy protected? Well, you've just said it, because you're sending the vibes through your posts, through the conversations that you're having with people, but you're still protecting your energy because you'll do it in meditation. You're every morning when I do it, I'm protecting my energy and my family's energy. So, but I'm still able to talk and communicate and spread my vibe. Okay, your energy is like a great big dome. So if you've got someone who's coming just to drain that energy, they can't get it because it's fully protected. So you can still have your vibe. Does that make sense? I hope that's what you meant.
And just connecting with your guide, Sarah. So, doing the work to ask for the guidance. So they will be able to tell you whether you're spreading yourself too thin.
Yes.
And to concentrate maybe on one thing. Just never had that card before. Okay. And just maybe it is that you need to concentrate on two things. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to concentrate on 6.
Many things at once.
Yeah. So they just want you to home in. For you to have that self-care and that self-love time, it's about taking maybe 1 or 2 things away, concentrating on them, starting and completing, rather than start, and then you don't know which direction you're going in.
Yeah.
So, connect with your guides, do your meditations like Adele said.
Yeah. and get protected, but still send beautiful vibes, darling. Everyone needs vibes, so keep on doing it through your words, on your posts, your videos, whatever. Okay. All right, you beautiful bunch.
Thank you for joining us.
It's been
a pleasure.
I've enjoyed it. Lovely energy in here today.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
And if you have questions around the temple, then just holler at any of us. We'll be happy to answer any questions. And yeah, like we're opening the doors to the temple on the 1st of March. Prices start at £44 a month. You know, so that's like what, 11 quid a week. And so if you're wanting to get that healing and that sisterhood and all the things that we spoke about earlier, it's definitely the place to be. I've not seen anything like it yet. Not like this. So yes, my dears. Anyway, take care. Enjoy your evenings.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Take care, my love.
Take care.